My mother deserves all the living flowers I can give her, bouquets and vases of them all. I've made a commitment to give her all the living flowers by showing her how much I love and care for her every day. Every day I will be intentional in the way I show and tell her how I love and appreciate her. And every time I do those things, it will be as if I'm giving her living flowers while she yet lives. I can never repay her, but I can only repay her in how I raise my children, by showing them love, compassion, and doing it with purpose. My mother has always been a person who was consistent and intentional about her life. In her marriage, with her children, everything and everyone she came in contact with. I would often question her motives because she has always been a person who found delight in serving others. She did and still acts with the kindest, most gentle, and giving spirit. She never passed judgment on anything or anyone, but always found the good in every situation, even when her 4 girls were in her ear trying to persuade her otherwise. I would become so frustrated and angry with her at times because I thought she was doing the most. I would say, "Mom, stop being so nice to people," in particular those who took her kindness for weakness. The more I told her not to, the more it seems like she did. That's my mom. As I matured, I understood that her heart was so pure. And I realized on my journey of becoming my highest and best self, I was becoming just like her. But really, who wouldn't want to emulate that behavior? My mother gave her own living flowers as the caretaker of 2 of her closest relatives. Her baby sister fell sick of cancer, and without much thought, she packed up, left us all here in Charleston, and went to Washington, D.C. to be with her sister for the remaining months of her life. Not only did she pack up and leave, but she took her dementia-diagnosed mother along with her. So here she was, about 70 years old then, and not taking care of 1, but 2 sickly individuals. And even in that, she never complained. A few short years later, my grandmother's dementia was starting to progress rapidly, and it wasn't looking so good. Every day I watched my mom care for her mother as a mother would care for a child. I watched how she would be so delicate in brushing her hair and brushing her teeth and making sure she rinsed, even when Granny had no idea what was going on. She made sure her finger and toenails were clipped and that she had an opportunity to feel the outdoors by sitting in front of God's creation. Before my grandmother became immobile, my mom would take her to her monthly spa days at the nail salon. And she was so particular about what Granny ate, making sure she had her butter biscuit and coffees most mornings, even if it meant one of us girls dropping it off. It was breathtaking for me to see my mom in that light. And although I knew that existed on the inside, it did something to me as a daughter, a mother, and a wife. What I saw was her giving her mom her own living flowers every day by how she loved and cared for her. As I continue to reflect on my life and growing up at 2408 Lupine Street, I can proudly say that I'm just like my mother. I'm honored to follow in her footsteps as I raise my son and future children. There is no other mom that can measure up to her. And no, I'm not just saying that because she's my mom. Yes, I am. Even when I became a mom at a very young age, she continued to nurture, support, and encourage me to be the best mom that I could, not by just through her words, but by her actions, even though she would try to step in and help with parenting when I didn't ask. But you see, that's my mom. She doesn't ask. She just does wherever she sees a need. My sisters and I are blessed because our children have the opportunity to receive a double portion of my mom's love, her compassion, and her kindness. I've seen my mom operate in so many different roles. She's a true definition of a woman of power and standard. I heard someone say that you can't judge your success as a parent by how your children turned out, but you have to go a little deeper and look at the grandchildren. I can honestly say today, Mom, job well done. Here are your living flowers. Thank you.